is a species of legume native to East Asia, widely grown for its edible bean which has numerous uses. Fat-free soybean meal is a primary low-cost source of protein for animal feeds and most prepacked meals. Soy vegetable oil is another product of processing the soybean crop. For example, soybean products such as textured vegetable protein (TVP) are ingredients in many meat and dairy analogs. Traditional non-fermented food uses of soybeans include soy milk and from the later tofu and tofu skins. Fermented food includes soy sauce, fermented bean paste, natto and tempeh, among others. The oil is used in many industrial applications.
Soy varies in growth and habit. The height of the plant varies from below 20 centimeters up to 2 meters. The pods, stems, and leaves are covered with defined brown or gray hairs. The leaves are trifoliolate, having 3 to 4 leaflets per leaf, and the leaflets are 6 to 15 centimeters long and 2 to 7 centimeters broad. The leaves fall before the seeds are mature. The fruit is a hairy pod that grows in clusters of 3 to 5. Each pod is 3 to 8 centimeters long and usually contains 2 to 4 seeds, 5 to 11 millimeters in diameter. Soybeans occur in various sizes and in many hull or seed coat colors, including black, brown, blue, yellow, green, and mottled. The hull of the mature bean is hard, water resistant, and protects the cotyledon and hypocotyl or germ from damage. If the seed coat is cracked, the seed will not germinate. Climate and soil requirements. The best planting date of vegetable soybean differs with season and location depending upon temperature and day length. The optimum temperature range of soybean cultivation is 20 to 30 degrees in 14 hours or less. However, planting should be avoided at cooler temperatures during winter. Loam soil with pH of 6.0 to 6.5 is suitable for its cultivation, but a field should be well drained. Field preparation. Land tillage makes the soil friable for good germination, increases soil porosity and aeration for healthy plant growth. Tillage kills weeds to control weed crop competition for soil nutrients, moisture and light. This in turn helps plant productivity. Plow and rototill the field. The soil should not be too dry at the time of seedbed preparation. Inadequate moisture will result in poor seed germination. Sowing. The seed is treated with protectant fungicides such as Captan or Thiram at seeds for protection against soil-borne fungal diseases. Spacing between rows is 45 centimeters and between plants 5 to 10 centimeters depending upon seed size and season. 2 to 3 seeds are sown in each hill. Usually seeding between 60 and 80 kilograms of seeds are required to obtain a population of 400,000 plants per hectare. Seeds are sown by hand or by a hand-operated planter.
How are soybeans harvested?
Timing. Most types of soybean plants produce mature beans in 7 to 10 days. The beans are ready to be harvested when they are plump and green. When the rest of the plant begins turning yellow, the beans are still edible but past their prime. If the beans themselves begin to turn yellow, they should no longer be harvested for human consumption. Threshing. Threshing is the process of separating the beans from their encasements. Today, most soybeans are harvested and threshed at the same time through the use of a combine. Combines must be carefully designed to separate the beans from the pods without breaking the beans. Breakage can lead to insect infestation, plant disease and general reduction of bean quality. Drying. The last step of the harvesting process is the drying of the beans. This process lowers the moisture content of the beans, which allows them to be stored or processed for a longer amount of time. In warm climates, beans are spread out on a drying floor for several weeks so that the sun and air dry them naturally. In wetter climates, special machines called dryers push warm air over the beans to lower their moisture content.
Common name, Tyson by sclerotium.
Causal agent, Sclerotium rolfsi.
Symptoms: sunken lesions with reddish-brown discoloration on the neck of the plant. In the affected area can be observed filamentous fungal mass, which extends over the soil surface. Over her, small round sclerotic cinnamon are sticked.
Common name, root and stem rot.
Causal agent, Rhizoctonia solani.
Symptoms: reddish-brown cankers dry neck of the plant. Sometimes brownish filaments can be seen inside the stem.
Common name, charcoal stalk rot.
Causal agent, Macrophomina fascioli.
Symptoms: fading reddish-brown below the cotyledons, darkening later. Disease may present as mid-season and black microsclerotia observed below the cortex and medulla. Common name: Pythium and Phytophthora rot.
Causal agent, Pythium and Phytophthora megasperma.
Symptoms, wilting and death of plants. Affected stems have a wet rot. Uses, approximately 85% of the world's soybean crop is processed into soybean meal and vegetable oil. The beans can be processed in a variety of ways. Common forms of soy include soy meal, soy flour, soy milk, tofu, textured vegetable protein, tempeh, soy lecithin, and soybean oil. Soybeans are also the primary ingredient involved in a production of soy sauce.
Oil. Soybean seed contains about 19% oil. To extract soybean oil from seed, the soybeans are cracked, adjusted for moisture content, rolled into flakes, and solvent extracted with commercial hexane. The oil is then refined, blended for different applications, and sometimes hydrogenated. Soybean oils, both liquid and partially hydrogenated, are exported abroad, sold as vegetable oil, or end up in a wide variety of processed foods.
Meal. Soybean meal is the material remaining after solvent extraction of oil from soybean flakes, with 50% soy protein content. The meal is toasted and ground in a hammer mill. Soybean meal is an essential element of the American production method of growing farm animals such as poultry and swine.
Flour. Soy flour refers to the fatted soybeans ground finely enough to pass through a 100 mesh or smaller screen where special care was taken during the solventizing to minimize denaturation of the protein to retain a high protein dispersibility index. For uses such as extruder cooking of textured vegetable protein. It is the starting material for production of soy concentrate and soy protein isolate.
Infant formula. Soy-based infant formula is used for infants who are allergic to pasteurized cow milk proteins. It is sold in powdered, ready-to-feed, and concentrated liquid form.
Meat and dairy substitutes and extenders. Soybeans can be processed to produce a texture and appearance similar to many other foods. For example, soybeans are the primary ingredient in many dairy product substitutes such as soy milk, margarine, soy ice cream, soy yogurt, soy cheese, and soy cream cheese and meat substitutes.
Other products. Soybeans with black hulls are the beans used in Chinese fermented black beans. Soybeans are also used in industrial products, including oils, soap, cosmetics, resins, plastics, inks, crayons, solvents, and clothing. Soybean oil is the primary source of biodiesel in the United States, accounting for 80% of domestic biodiesel production.
Cattle feed. Cattle are often fed soy. Spring grasses are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, whereas soy is predominantly omega-6.
Commercialization. Soy is marketed in two ways, as raw material, that's to say dry grain, and or soybean oil. It is exported at 80% of production. Another way of marketing is going to domestic consumption. This will consist of dry beans, soybeans oil, and desactivated. That's to say, it is for feeding, for example, poultry, pigs, and cattle. 1 ton of soybean leaves $500. That's to say, if exported 40 million tons, it will receive $20 billion, of which the government gets 35%. The countries to which soy is exported are China, mainly because it is the buyer number 1, India, and other countries in Asia. The main producers of soy are the United States with 35%, Brazil with 27%, Argentina with 19%, China with 6%, and India with a 4%.